This is 50 hard history questions. Watch to the end to find out how your knowledge compares to the average person. Question 1. Who was the ruler of France at the time of the 1848 revolutions in Europe? Louis Philippe. Question 2. What city was known as Byzantium before becoming Constantinople? Istanbul. Which treaty ended the 30 Years' War in 1648? Treaty of Westphalia. Question 4. What empire did the Sykes-Picot Agreement secretly divide between Britain and France? The Ottoman Empire. Question 5. What was the name of the first written legal code in history? Code of Hammurabi. Question 6. Who led the Long March in China between 1934 and 1935? Mao Zedong. Question 7. What was the original purpose of the Great Wall of China? To defend against northern nomadic invasion. Question 8. In what year was the Berlin Wall built? 1961. Who was the US President during the Suez Crisis? Dwight D. Eisenhower. Question 10. What sparked the Sepoy Rebellion of 1857 in British India? The use of animal fat on rifle cartridges. Question 11. Which empire was ruled by Mansa Musa, one of the richest individuals in history? The Mali Empire. Question 12. What was the main cause of the Taiping Rebellion in 19th century China? Religious and social discontent against the Qing dynasty. Question 13. Who was the last Russian Tsar? Nicholas II. Question 14. What was the name of the ship that brought the Pilgrims to America in 1620? Mayflower. Which treaty ended the First World War? Treaty of Versailles. Which empire was defeated at the Battle of Lepanto in 1571? Ottoman Empire. Who coined the phrase the Iron Curtain in reference to post-World War II Europe? Winston Churchill. What year did the Haitian Revolution begin? 1791. Who was the first democratically elected president of South Africa? Nelson Mandela. What was the name of the failed CIA-backed invasion of Cuba in 1961? Bay of Pigs invasion. Which war was sparked by the assassination of Patrice Lumumba and led to decades of conflict in Central Africa? The Congo Crisis. Who ruled England during the time of the Spanish Armada? Elizabeth I. What did the Emancipation Proclamation do? Freed enslaved people in Confederate States. Which female ruler was excommunicated by Pope Gregory VII? Empress Matilda. What dynasty built the majority of the Grand Canal in China? Sui dynasty. Who was the leader of the Bolsheviks during the Russian Revolution? Vladimir Lenin. What was the name of the US policy aimed at containing communism after World War II? Containment. Which Enlightenment philosopher wrote The Social Contract? Jean-Jacques Rousseau. Who was the leader of the Khmer Rouge in Cambodia? Pol Pot. Which country abolished slavery in 1888, making it the last in the Americas to do so? Brazil. Which king signed the Magna Carta in 1215? King John. What was the main export of the Congo Free State under Leopold II? Rubber. who led the successful revolution in Iran in 1979. Ayatollah Khomeini. Political agreement ended apartheid in South Africa. The 1991 interim constitution. The African country resisted colonization and defeated Italy at the Battle of Adwa. Ethiopia. Who was the first female Prime Minister of the United Kingdom? Margaret Thatcher. What was the Manhattan Project? The US Atomic Bomb Development Project. The Chinese Empire introduced the use of civil service exams in governance. The Han Dynasty. What was the name of the medieval Muslim university founded in Timbuktu? Sankore University. What was the name of the Serbian nationalist group that planned the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand? Black Hand. What was the Doomsday Book compiled for? Recording land ownership for taxation. Which treaty created the League of Nations? Treaty of Versailles. What ancient battle in 480 BCE saw a small Greek force resist a much larger Persian army? The Battle of Thermopylae. Nantes, famous for granting religious freedoms to French Protestants. Who was the longest reigning French monarch? Louis XIV. What German state led the unification of Germany in the 19th century? Prussia. Name of the 1919 uprising in Germany led by Rosa Luxemburg and Karl Liebknecht. The Spartacist uprising. Now time for the scores. If you got less than 5, then you have below average general knowledge of history. If you got between 5 and 15, then you have standard knowledge of history. Between 15 and 30, you are above the general population. From 30 to 40, you can consider yourself an expert. Anything above 40, and you are either a qualified historian or a genius.